The days after Arshad's heart-to-heart with Iman felt like a new chapter was truly beginning. For the first time in a long time, he felt unburdened, free of the emotional weight he had been carrying for so long. His relationship with Iman had grown even stronger, and there was a deep, unspoken connection between them. She wasn't just his friend anymore. She was someone he could rely on, someone he felt truly comfortable with. But as much as Arshad had grown and healed, life wasn't without its challenges, and just as things were starting to feel perfect, something unexpected happened that would test the trust he had in his relationship with Iman. It was a Friday afternoon when Arshad ran into Sarah. Sarah. The name itself brought back a rush of memories. She was the one who had been there for him during his heartbreak with Nadia, the one who had helped him process his emotions when no one else seemed to understand. Over time, their friendship had naturally faded as he focused on healing, but Sarah was still someone he considered a close friend. Arshad. Sarah's voice broke his thoughts as she approached him with a warm smile. I didn't expect to run into you here. How's everything? Arshad smiled back, surprised to see her. Hey, Sarah. I'm doing great, actually. Just, life is moving on. They stood there for a moment, catching up on old times. It was nice to talk to Sarah again, but something about it felt different now. There was a part of him that had moved on from the past, and talking to Sarah was like revisiting a time he no longer belonged to. Yet, she had always been kind and supportive, and it felt natural to talk to her again. But then Sarah said something that made Arshad pause. So, I heard about you and Iman, Sarah said with a teasing smile. Is it getting serious between you two? I think you two make a great couple. The mention of Iman's name brought a warmth to Arshad's chest. He wasn't used to discussing his personal life with Sarah anymore, and the sudden mention of Iman's name felt like a reminder that things were moving forward in a way that he hadn't fully anticipated. Yeah, I guess you could say that, Arshad replied, a slight blush on his cheeks. We've been spending a lot of time together. She's really great. Sarah's eyes softened. I'm glad to hear that, Arshad. You deserve to be happy. I just wanted to tell you, though, that I've always thought you two were a good match. For a moment, Arshad couldn't help but feel a twinge of guilt. He was happy with Iman, truly happy, but hearing Sarah's words made him wonder if he was giving his full heart to Iman, or if a part of him still carried some lingering feelings for Sarah. I really appreciate you saying that, Sarah, Arshad said, trying to shake off the moment of doubt. I think Iman and I are just figuring things out, one step at a time. After a few more minutes of talking, Sarah excused herself, mentioning she had to head to class. As she walked away, Arshad stood there for a moment, his mind spinning. He had never intended to hurt anyone, least of all Iman. But Sarah's words had planted a seed of doubt. Could he really give Iman everything? Or was a part of him still, holding on to his past? That evening, as Arshad sat in his room, he couldn't shake the feeling of unease. He had to be honest with himself. Iman had brought so much light into his life, but could he truly open up to her in a way that was whole and complete? And if there was any trace of doubt, was he being fair to her? The next day, Arshad decided to have an open conversation with Iman. He didn't want to keep his emotions hidden anymore, even if it meant confronting his own insecurities. They met in the park later that afternoon. Iman was sitting on their usual bench, looking peaceful as always, the soft breeze playing with her hair. As Arshad walked over, she looked up at him and smiled. Hey, you're early today, she said, her voice bright with warmth. Arshad smiled back, but there was an underlying tension in his chest. Yeah, I've been thinking about some things. Can we talk? Iman's smile faded slightly as she noticed the change in his tone. Of course, Arshad. What's on your mind? He took a deep breath before speaking. I need to be honest with you. After running into Sarah yesterday, I've been thinking a lot about everything. About my past, my feelings, and where I stand now. Iman nodded, her eyes gentle. I'm listening. Arshad hesitated for a moment, trying to find the right words. I feel like I'm in this place where I'm trying to give you all of me, but there's a part of me that still feels unsure. I don't want to hurt you, and I Don't want to hurt myself, but I just don't know if I'm ready to fully commit. I'm still figuring out how to let go of everything that happened before. Iman was quiet for a moment, letting his words sink in. Then she spoke, her voice calm and understanding. Arshad, I appreciate you being honest with me. I know you've been through a lot, and I don't expect you to be perfect. All I want is for you to be real with me. I don't want to rush anything, and I don't want you to feel like you have to have everything figured out. We can take this one step at a time. Arshad felt a huge weight lift off his chest. He had been worried that his uncertainty would push Iman away, but her response was exactly what he needed to hear. It wasn't about rushing or forcing things. It was about being honest and allowing time to heal the wounds they both carried. He looked at her, his heart full. Thank you, Iman. I promise. I'm going to do my best to be the person you deserve. Iman smiled, and for the first time in a long time, Arshad felt like he was finally moving in the right direction, with the right person.